All right, it's the last segment of our Cleveland Indians Spring Training Roundtable with Bud Shaw, Paul Hoynes. I'm Zack Meisel. Guys, let's talk big picture here. Give me one player on the Indians who is kind of the key to this season.
To me, it's Michael Bourn. He's got to get on base. He's got to kickstart the offense. He's got to get on base, not necessarily steal bases like he did before, but he's got to get on base, get his on-base percentage up, and represent a threat.
I'm going to go pitching staff, and I'm going to say Carlos Carrasco. I think they need a guy to step into that number 2 spot. He's been a very volatile kind of performer over the last few years, and I think if he needs to come out and establish himself at the top of that rotation, because I'm not sure Gavin Floyd is a guy that you can really count on.
I'm going to go Jason Kipnis. I think both sides, offensively and defensively, he's kind of a linchpin for that lineup, kind of lengthen it out. They need power from him. They need someone who can get on base. He can steal bases as well. And then defensively, if he shows range and Jose Ramirez shows range, that completely changes that defense from last season. Let's talk about the division. The White Sox are better. The Royals and Tigers were better last year. Jury's out on them this year. Any reason to think this isn't Detroit's division to win?
I still think it's the Tigers win. I still think they win their 5th straight division. They always seem to find a way. I think if they find a shortcoming, they'll go out and address it. They're not, they're not afraid to make a deal. Dombrowski, very good at that. He's got very good advisors. They never seem to make a bad move. They never seem to make a move that backfires on them.
Well, Chicago showed the most improvement, I would think, based on what they did in the offseason, but they also had the farthest to come. I like their chances of being more involved. I still see it more as a 3-team race with the Royals, Tigers, and Indians, but I'm picking the Indians to win this division this year.
You're such a homer.
Unbelievable. It's always been the case, except where the Browns and Cavs are concerned.
I do like what you said about the Tigers, though. That's the one thing that gives me hesitancy is if it's June, July, and the Tigers are kind of floundering, there's no reason why they can't go make a move like they did last year to get David Price and add $20 million to the payroll. It's like nothing.
Yeah, and I don't know if they've emptied the farm system. That's the only thing. Who do you trade now? I mean, they've traded just about everybody, but because I think they're going to have some. They've got some kind of soft spots in that lineup. Alfredo Simon's going to be in your rotation. Who's the guy, Green, that they got from the Yankees? Those guys are going to be at the bottom of your rotation? I don't know. So, but I still think they're the team to beat. I think Victor will come back and hit 900 against the Indians, and Cabrera will be hitting 875.
Justin Verlander is very, very important for them. So you know what you're going to get out of David Price, and he's a free agent to be.
Right.
So he's going to be pitching for an enormous contract. But Verlander kind of makes the difference on whether or not that's a big league quality rotation. And
Anibal Sanchez gets overlooked too. He's a solid
He's had
guy.
injury problems the last couple of years though too.
And here's a team that went to the World Series and nobody's talking about.
Yeah, but they did lose some pieces. They added some guys who have had coming off bad years. Kendry Morales, they gave a lot of money to.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't believe in what they did just because it's kind of like the Indians the year before.
Sure.
You overlook what they did for the first 5 months of the season because it was just average, and then they get hot at the right time.
Yeah.
But they, the one thing they will do, they'll play great defense. I think Edison Volquez is going to help them. Alex Rios, maybe he takes Aoki's spot in right field. Volquez takes Shields' spot. It's still a pretty good rotation, but they're going to miss Shields for sure.
And if they're leading in the 7th inning, you like their chances.
Yeah, and they also re-signed Hochevar, so they've got another guy that throws 100 miles an hour in the late innings to go with who does Holland and Wade Davis and Herrera, yeah.
Last year when we had to file our predictions for the paper, and I remember I picked the Royals to win the division, and then I went to sleep. And I woke up and was like, no, I need to change it. And I picked the Indians. And it was 3 in the morning, and I woke up and switched it to the Tigers.
I'm worried about you. You're dreaming about baseball way too much.
And I feel the same way this year. I really don't know. And I think I need to see spring training kind of unfold before I make a decision. And you can read that prediction in haiku form in about a month.
He goads me into picking the Indians, calls me a homer, and then doesn't.
I'm picking the Indians 3rd. I think they win maybe 87, 88 games.
You do that all the time.
And they're kind of right they're right on the cusp, like last year, of qualifying for a wild card.
Would you pick the 95 Indians to go 44 and 100?
All right. Those are our predictions from the spring training roundtable with Paul Hoynes and Bud Shaw. I'm Zack Meisel. Thanks for watching on cleveland.com.